Today we've got lots to talk about. We're going to talk about Hurricane Milton, an update with the Sun Princess, and what I would do if I had not already done it on the Sun Princess. Also, we're going to talk about stock prices. Another cruise line has released record earnings once again. I'm going to tell you what we did in Athens today, plus what cruise ships have to do with your planning when you're in Athens. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Wednesday. It is October 9th of 2024, and I want to start at the very top with Hurricane Milton. We've talked about it for a couple of days, and my prayers and thoughts very much remain with all of you who are in the path of Hurricane Milton, and just know that our thoughts and prayers are with you. We are sure keeping an eye on the storm even while we are here so far away, and want you to know that we're thinking of you. And so we wish our very best, and I hope that things are better than we expect rather than worse than we expect with it. Due to the hurricane, Carnival has announced that the Carnival Paradise is not going to sail. I let you know yesterday that Disney canceled a cruise, and there is a lot going on with cruises. So if you've got a cruise booked, make sure that you pay attention to what the schedule is with the cruise line. I did see an update that someone was kind enough to send me, and Princess announced that 3-day media cruise that they were going to run from October 11th through the 14th is still on. They were, if the ship had come into port on schedule, they were going to have a couple of extra days there to get whatever done, but that is, I guess they're going to do it in just a few hours because they're planning to disembark everyone that is currently on the Sun Princess on the morning of the 11th, and then embark all of the guests that they were expecting. So hopefully everything will go really smoothly with that. I'm really excited to hear about those dining rooms moving that we've been talking about so much. So if you've missed that, go back and find my video where I talked about changes on the Sun Princess dining. But it'll be really interesting, like I said, to see how everything gets moved over that hasn't already been changed during the transatlantic. Another update on the Sun Princess, a Let's Go family member on board right now let me know that they're starting to run out of things on board. So far, I sure appreciate the update he sent me. They know they're out of lettuce, tomato juice, and corn cabernet, and I'm sure that there are other things that they're out of as well. We're pretty close to out of, because the cruise ships are really, the crew is so amazing at knowing how many cases of everything that they need to have per day on a cruise. And so it'll be interesting to hear what else is coming. Now, also, she is sailing really slowly over by Cuba. That's where our Sun Princess is right now. Now, what would I do if I had not already done on the Sun Princess? I would hurry. I would race over and have Mervyn do my hair. So if you are on board the Sun Princess and you have not had Mervyn do your hair, you need to get an appointment. And I'm not kidding. I'm to the point I would fly there and see him if that was an option, but I can't do that because I'm here and I'm not on a Sun Princess cruise. But I give you that as really good advice. He is really, really, really good at doing hair, and I haven't found anyone comparable. And I try a lot of people, so just putting that out there for you. So that's for fun, and let me know in the comments if you've had your hair done by Mervyn, and if you're gonna go do it now if you haven't already, okay? Thought that would be kind of fun. So next up, we are going to talk about with Hurricane Milton coming and all of the changes that are going on with lots of cruises because of Hurricane Milton, as well as hurricanes that come and go all the time, as well as with the Sun Princess. This really highlights how important it is to have travel insurance. Yesterday I let you know that the major airlines, I had heard from United, Delta, American, and Southwest, had announced that they were not going to require any change fees due to having to switch your flights due to the hurricane coming. But there are still, first of all, a lot of times airlines don't always offer that. Maybe they don't offer it for the time frame that you need. But also, like for hotels that you have to stay in order to complete your travel as you plan, or reservations that you had already that were non-refundable, and then you don't get to go use those reservations. Just so many things. This is my friendly reminder. don't forget to have travel insurance. I know so many times people think that they don't need it, but there is really a lot that travel insurance covers, way more than just the cost of your cruise. I think often people think, well, I could stand to lose, how much my cruise costs, or they don't understand that they're going to lose the whole thing, other than you'll get your port fees and taxes back, or, and the money for any excursions that you don't take. But the rest of your cruise fare, you don't get back when you cancel within the window of time that they don't do that. But there are so many other things that can happen with traveling. You can be injured, you can get hurt, you can fall down, you can become seriously ill unexpectedly, and travel insurance is what you need to help you in those times. So I'm just putting that out there for everybody. Don't forget travel insurance, okay? Now, before I tell you where stock prices sit today for 3 major cruise lines, I would like to invite you to please subscribe to our channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, will you please hit the subscribe button? If you hit that bell next to it, you get a notification every time we go live and every time we put a video up, so you don't miss out on any of the fun. And also, if you appreciate my updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? Thanks so very much. I wanted to do a quick review today on where the prices for the stock is for the major cruise lines, because today Norwegian has released once again record-setting revenue and record-setting income. And so, revenue is all the money they take in, but that profit, that income that they get to keep is pretty significant, because not only are they taking in more, but they're keeping more. So this is so exciting. So as we think about Norwegian posting those record-breaking profits today, I thought we should look and see where the price is. Today, the high for Norwegian stock, as of the time I'm making this video, is $22.92. To give you a point of reference, Carnival Corporation today, the high is $20.45. When we first bought our stock, I want to say it was back in 2014, to get our 100 shares, it was in the 40s. I want to say around $46 a share. Then of course it fell, as everything else fell with the cruise lines during COVID, and it's just kind of bouncing back. We bought a lot when it was really cheap, and then it's working its way back. And keep in mind that Carnival Corporation, they hold 9 different cruise lines. So there's a lot to consider when you're looking at what you think that stock is worth. A really interesting outlier for me is Royal Caribbean stock. So the high today for Royal Caribbean stock is $192.42. It's really interesting when you compare where Royal Caribbean is with the other cruise lines. Anybody that has any insight that you would like to share with us, will you please put that in the comments or send it to me in an email, and I'll look forward to hearing from you. Alrighty, now we're going to go over what we did in Athens today, and I'm going to tell you why it matters about cruise lines when you're visiting a port city. So first of all, as you know, we got here on Sunday. On Monday, there were 3 cruise ships in port with us. There was a Celebrity, a Royal Caribbean, and a Mein Schiff. And yesterday, there were no ships in port. And then today there were 2. There was a Norwegian and a Marella cruise ship in port with us today. And a lot of the places that you visit, the really sightseeing places, are where the cruise ships are going to run their excursions. And so I would submit that you should do your best, look in advance and see which day the ships are going to be in port if you're going to be in a place, and see if there's anything that you can do to plan around that a little bit. Like I said, yesterday there were no cruise ships in port, so we decided to do the Acropolis yesterday. It worked really well with our schedule to do it anyway, but then we didn't have to worry about having any larger groups coming up at the same time. There were a couple of tour groups, but not a lot. There were a few, but not very many at all. It was mostly people just coming to see the Acropolis. They're either their family or their friends in a group, and then they would be done. Yesterday, somebody asked the question about, is there anything you could do for clearing people off the Acropolis? Because, we all have these timed entries. You get in there, you don't want it to be too packed up there. It's really remarkable that overall it just takes care of itself. And if you're there with an excursion with a cruise ship, for example, they've got you on a tight schedule. You're not going to have 3 hours up there, so you don't have to worry about groups having that amount of time. But generally, people just go up, they kind of circle around and go see the different places there on the Acropolis. Some people soak it in for a little bit longer than others, and then off they go. There are so many other places to see that people come and see the Acropolis, really enjoy everything that's there, and then they carry on to the next location. So that's really not a problem. So just putting that out there if you're worried about it. So really, like on the day that you're in a port, if you're just wondering who's there, you can look at Cruise Mapper because it always shows, you know, where the ships are, and you can look at whatever port you want to. But what's in port is another website, and by that you can go by date, and it will show you which port. You can go by date and look at a port, and it will tell you which ships are going to be in port that day. So you might want to just kind of try to work around that a little bit. I know that with how they are now doing tickets to go up onto the Acropolis, that everyone has to have an entry time. That will help with having like, big groups from excursions, from cruise ships come, or large other tour groups. There are some other tour groups here that are huge, like way bigger than 40 or whatever people that would come on a cruise line excursion. And so I think it just really helps with that. So just putting that out there. So really you can look at a lot of different things. So today when we did the hop on hop off bus here in Athens, there are 3 different hop on hop off bus lines. There's the Athens line, there's the big bus, hop on hop off bus, and the city sightseeing. We chose to do city sightseeing simply because they had the highest ratings. We looked at a lot of ratings, read a lot of reviews, kind of aggregated everything, and we decided to do that one. And it worked out really well for us. On the days that there are ships in port, then they put in the extra loop to go out to Piraeus to accommodate the cruise passengers, so that's a good thing to know. And a couple of times during the day today, they said this ship has to leave, it has to go out to the cruise port, out to Piraeus, and so some people that didn't want to go there had to get off the bus and then hop on the next one. But with city sightseeing, they had buses coming really often. We were really pleased about that. If there was one that went by and not everybody quite fit on it, the next one was just a few minutes after that. So we got off at a few different places. One of the places that we got off was the National Archaeology Museum here. It's worth going to in Athens if you like to see just beautiful things, ancient things from the history here in Athens. It's very worthwhile. It's one of the top archaeological museums in the whole wide world. So it's definitely worth a visit. So we spent a couple of hours there, but we did bump into some people on a cruise ship excursion while we were there. And so that was, really interesting, but we enjoyed that. Then we went down and got off by Monastriaki Square there. We got off there, walked around, did a lot of sightseeing, and went over into the ancient agora and visited that whole area. It is so beautiful, and it's really very interesting as well. They've got a little museum there, as well as being able to walk around and see all the different artifacts, and the Temple of Hephaestus, and just had a really nice time there this afternoon. We ate yummy Greek food again, and this evening, as soon as I get my video done, we're going to go out for a nice Greek dinner. So we've had a really lovely day in the city again. It's been absolutely beautiful here. The weather's beautiful. It's still really warm though, so when you are traveling to Athens, it's going to be really warm unless you come in the winter time. So just keep that in mind when you're doing your planning, and if you've got other questions, just let me know in the comments and I'm happy to answer them for you. Thanks so much for joining me today. Tomorrow we are going to catch up on all of the news, plus I am going to tell you about excursions in a way that I think that you need to start keeping track of your excursions in details you're not going to ever guess unless I tell you, that is going to make your whole life and managing your cruise much easier. So I'll look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, okay? I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.